Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orlek.
Most concerning, reader. Though I am thankful you are well. Orlek, he always was a peaceful individual, and yet his disposition is much different now. Perhaps we best inspect the wagon for any signs of tampering in light of these events.
You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the black wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is soon now to commence. But who will you be fighting? Once more you've returned to the pit of Malith, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rites. You overhear some of their words to one another as you await the signals in the stars. Almost time to get to work on the chastity, I suppose.
Indeed. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
Just then, you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, and your companions soon fall silent. Well, the right music is playing.
Yeah.
The Victorian,
We got a new one. The Tattered Mantle.
Oh.
After your adversaries grasp the orb, their auras shall slowly shrink, rather than vanish. Star of the Imp Titan. Once slain by the traitor Kaelmer Ropecaller.
Who is the Imp Titan?
They never talked about him. Because he was on that island.
Oh. I hope it wasn't one of the scribes that had been killed by him. It wasn't it wasn't whatever his name that was killed by the rope collar, right?
No.
But I thought the rope collar was wrapped up in that.
He had betrayed them and then also come down to the downside for some reason.
But he
ended up
died
on
in his tattered mantle.
Yeah. I always hate loading screens because there's always dialogue as soon as the loading screen is done.
The infamous reader returns, along with his remaining retinue of miscreants. You managed recently to rid yourself of yet another one. Your adversaries at the chastity. As with you, they must be very desperate for their freedom. They shall not make it any easier from here.
Oh, but look at this. Are you perhaps intent upon humiliating us even more after last time? I'll have you know we've some new tricks up our sleeves this time. Your adversaries are prepared, reader. Who shall conduct the rites on your behalf? Yeah, so even the dialogue's starting to pare down a little bit.
Choose quickly your triumvirate.
Wait, Star Splinter? What?
Maybe it's just giving you a suggestion because she doesn't have anything, but he has a star splinter.
Yeah, so he can fling the orb, restore the pyre. Wait, oh, I see.
They have a larger group than the ones that they've chosen.
Yeah, so they can heal their pyre. I mean, this should be easy enough.
Who will you use though?
I'm leaning Bertrude, Volfrid.
Did Faye already hit level 4?
Faye, yeah, hit level 4.
Okay.
Choice.
I'm leaning for Volfrid, Bertrude, and Pamatha, maybe?
Okay.
Or Tizuo.
Well, remember, they're going to have the plant guy, and he's going to use his little sapling.
Yeah, so a flyer runner would be a good idea. I like Bertrude because she's really useful. I guess we don't need to use Volfrid right now. And we can always reset if it's a bad mix. Because part of it is, I don't want to overuse Bertrude and Volfrid. I'm probably going to send up either Tizuo or Pamatha if we get the chance, unless it's Oralek.
Yep, we'll see.
Yeah, well, part of it is your 3 most enlightened characters go up.
Oh.
Are available. That's why I'm agonizing over this, because currently Bertrude and Volfred are actually getting up in there. I think Tizo's just there and Pamatha is just behind.
So you want to use Pamatha, Tizuo, and
Bertrude, maybe. Because if I did, it's really if we okay, we probably only have the ability to send up 1 more person. Just as
only 1 more.
Wild guess, we either get to send 1 or 2. But I get the feeling we have 1 more proper Rite against the Chastity, and then we're up against Oralek.
I mean, we still haven't completed Pamatha's storyline.
Yeah.
Bertrude doesn't want to go anywhere without Volfred. Volfred probably wants to...
Neither Bertrude nor Volfred want to go up. And Faye we're keeping back.
Well, Faye says that she's happier with the friends that she's found here in the downside.
And she likes it here better, too, because the society of the downsides is much more to her liking. And she's closer to the scribes and also Almer. Tizuo...
He's never known the other realm,
Tizuo said he'd like to go up and see the upper side, but he doesn't care that much. And Pamatha actually doesn't want to go up, and she wants her sister to go up, but against her wishes, I'm not going to be going with that because
well, the sister is a psychopath who wants to continue the war.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could probably do Bertrude, Volfred, and Pamatha. Let's do that. Because I could live, well...
Well, I like the idea of maybe sending up Tizuo if he really wants it later. I don't know.
In that case, let's do Bertrude, Pamatha, and Tizuo.
Okay.
And Tizuo. Tizuo's got his...
stamina thing.
Yeah. Extra damage. I'm just trying to think. I think I'll keep with this. The extra quickness would be nice, but reducing his cost is probably more useful.
Screeya!
Tizuo is fired up and ready to take on the Chastity. Are you quite ready then? Well then, let's get this little ceremony started. Okay.
That was good. Whoa, you got all of them. But the sap. Oh, did you jump into the very edge of the saplings?
Yeah.
Now to the flame.
Can he really camp the...
There we go. He can. It's frustrating. I can jump over it, though. There we go. I think I'm getting better at power casting these things.
He's using a shield.
That's fine.
Oh, Bertrude got taken.
That's fine. I'm not really sure what they were doing there. Yeah, Tizuo is actually really good at slamming that ball home. I hadn't really thought about it, but like...
Whoa, watch out.
Not worried about it.
Oh, good. Oh. Well, you can probably get around him.
Oh, yeah. No, he is actually, like, the least problematic one out of all of them. Okay. Perhaps you're merely toying with me. Well, all of this is very funny, but now stand aside and let old Manly wrap this up, won't you? Won't you?
That manly tinder
Oh,
has a mind for politics. Would that he focused on the rites.
He is just wasting my time.
Oh, but she got taken.
That's hardly a problem. He can't... Wait.
Dropped.
Oh, he can jump? Oh, screw it. Got him.
Good job.
But he passed. Okay.
Banishment.
Yeah, so what?
Whoa.
I missed?
But you're fine. You got
Yeah,
in.
I find.
You're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never like it when you overshoot and have to cycle back at the goal. Because it's a circle. It's like a little circle.
What? Huh.
You jumped over, but then the human got to
Yeah.
you.
Oh. I succeeded? I thought Tizuo went down.
Looks like...
What?
Well...
What? Things are happening. So like, I was trying to jump with Tizuo and it didn't take. Like I was trying to lift off.
Well, now they have one person out. Well, no, wait, they don't. Okay, now it's just the sap.
There we go. Yeah, I just have to aim better with Bertrude.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Who are you? You dare defy my rightful freedom. You obstruct true progress by defeating us.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Yeah, that was a good idea. I really like Bertrude. Volfred I'll use if I have to. But if I don't have to, then we'll go with that.
Someplace else.
Take your sordid business somewhere else. He hasn't really liked us lately.
No, well, we denied him.
Mm-hmm.
By plot, mostly.
Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after they overcame the chastity with ease. It is plain to you that none of them look well. Uh-oh, did they get poisoned or something? The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you.
Reader, the faster turning of the cycle of the rites has put a strain on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time.
Multiple?
It is fortunate that your other companions are available to conduct this coming rite, because I fear that this group here needs rest.
You bid Bertrude a swift recovery, and she nods weakly in response. You exchange a look with Tizuo, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Pamatha, it is clear to you that she wishes to be left alone right now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after them, and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. Wait, but don't you only have two left?
This will be weird. I don't know how this is going to work.
Faye and Volfred.
Oh, no, Pamatha just wants to be left alone.
Okay. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. Kaelmer, Lou, and Oris.
Okay, so we have... Well, let's take a look at the planner. So,
We are going to be fighting against the
Okay, we're going up
Essence.
against the Essence pretty much no matter what, which is good, because I want to do that anyway. Alright, so we've got her, them, or them. Oh, we could go up against them anyway?
Well, I'm wondering, and I've been wanting this a long time ago, like, should we face them to get some closure with Pamatha, or can that only be achieved if we do it in the final rite?
I bet we
But
could...
we don't want to let her go.
I bet we could go up against them. I don't think... Because we just beat the Chastity. I don't think we're going to beat down the Essence enough.
So you think that even if we fight them, we'll still fight them in the next rite? We're not going to be fighting Deluge or anything? Can you look at the planner again?
If we look at the planner, the only people... we'd either be up against the Chastity or the Pyre Hearts-ish.
Well, let's say that the Chastity wins their next bout against
You know,
randoms.
I could check, actually. Here, I'm gonna go check. I can check the footage. I can actually see just how much it cuts down when we beat them. Because I looked at the book like a couple of minutes prior to the battle. Alright, so we're just gonna fight them anyway, because one way or another, Pamatha is not going free. She is... There's no immediate redemption for her. Ish? I guess redemption isn't quite the right word.
So we're about to have another brush with Pamatha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I'm here for her. Pamatha then tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Pamatha Thane, a harp of the High-Wing remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. You missed her highlighted name.
Oh, sorry. We'll see Pamatha again, for sure.
After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harp refused to join the Commonwealth, and those old tensions boiled over into raids, or skirmishes, or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Pamatha gave the High-Wing remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers.
Yeah,
Vengeful tactician.
Yeah, so we just learned this anyway.
Mm-hmm. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Pamatha. Pamatha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war, but being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up in here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated, what happened between us. What I did for her own good, and for that of all our sisters. Though, I'm beginning to doubt that Pamatha will ever see it that way. We'll see, I suppose. But for now, I'd best try to catch on what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams then, darling. You bid a good night to Pamatha in turn. No time now to take flight preparations, though. Come morning, the Black Wagon will press onward. Oh no! Tizuo's upset. You find Tizuo there in the Black Wagon looking rather more despondent than usual. When you attempt to reach out to him, he barely acknowledges you. He indicates that he wishes to be left alone right now. You almost run into Faye as you turn to leave. Oh, I'm sorry, mister. I was just wanting to come check on little Tizuo there. I think maybe he's taken ill or something. On further inspection, it occurs to you that Faye perhaps is not too far off the mark, and that Tizuo is unwell for some reason. Come on, Tizuo. You're going to be all right. You might be the smallest one of us, but I think you're the toughest. Though, Mr. Dariel, she was the toughest one of all, wasn't she? I do miss her sometimes. Greek.
Tizuo appreciates the kind words, but still wishes to be left alone at this time.
Oh, don't be silly, Tizuo. You know I won't be doing that, don't you? Faye turns to you for a moment, lowering her voice. Mister? I think Tizuo would like a little bit of privacy, if you don't mind. Though, I don't mean to be rude. It's just, Tizuo, well, I told him not to eat something. There was this, well, I think it was a mushroom, maybe? Growing in the corner over there? Oh no. So, I see Tizuo sniffing at it, and he's always hungry, and usually I try to feed him, but this time I told him no. Because I know my mushrooms, and whatever that was, I think it was a mushroom? But it wasn't one I know? Well, Tizuo ate it anyway.
Tizuo corroborates Faye's recollection of what happened.
So, anyway, I think that he is going to maybe, cough it up, I guess? I think, maybe, any moment now? Because when I ate things I thought were mushrooms around here, I coughed them up as well. They made me rather sick, kind of like Tizuo over there. I hope that I'm not being inappropriate because, it's not polite, maybe? Oh, come to think of it, Tizuo, why don't we go outside? Because then I won't have to clean up after you, like the last time when you ate something I said maybe you shouldn't, Tizuo indicates that he remembers full well and regrets not heeding Faye's food-related counsel. Oh, don't worry, silly. If you take an ill, then I think you're going to be fine. Once you have a little walk outside with me? Because you're very tough. Tizuo's beginning to look better already. You're my best friend, Tizuo. I won't let anything happen to you, or at least I'll try, okay? I don't think anyone could stop you from eating things, though. Then she snatches Tizuo up in her arms and whisks him out of the black wagon with her. You hear her call back to you over her shoulder. Bye, mister. I'll make sure that Tizuo's all right. I promise, okay? Although the prospect of Faye administering medical assistance normally would give you pause, Tizuo seems to accompany her willingly enough. The two have shared a rather close bond since Faye first made contact with the group. For someone like her, who has lived alone for so long, the friendship must be vital. And as for Tizuo, he must be impressed that a non-native of the downside seems to know her way around food safety even better than he. Oh. Well, that makes me feel bad for
Maybe we don't send Tizuo up. Maybe we just send Pamatha up because...
We don't know how many more people we can send up.
Well, continue our journey. I don't think there's anything else. Alright, I can't do WSD for this one. It's annoying. I don't like having to switch hands so much. I guess that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I don't know. It's nice to have, like, a... Nope.
Whoa. You're just bumping into them and they didn't care? Looks like you can't force them into another zone. Come on! Watch you actually damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you not done enough yet, Nightwings? Father was just now attempting to rest, but still you torment him. He may think you have some honor in you, but I can see plain what you really are. Leave us alone, damn you. Well, that was 100% accident.
That was an accident. Hey! How many of those guys have you hit? 3 or 4. You're terrible.
I am. Okay. Alchemical reagents, or deeper understanding of the rites along this route. So, EXP for Volfrid, or... Let's go Bertrude. Let's see. Bertrude requires an assistant for her latest sorcerer's pursuits.
The Bog Witch Big Bertrude knows much of the things growing unseen throughout the land, including things residing here, within the untamed flora of Needlefield. We have made note of thy willing assistance. Come along then, Reading One. Why she requests your company in such excursions, only she could say, yet she does no such thing. She instead directs you to collect the foul ingredients she seeks. The reagents seem to disappear into her robes, and you return in silence. Later, you know a new talisman has appeared among the group's possessions, bearing Bertrude's unmistakable mark. You acquired the Living Flame. It was crafted with care.
So it just makes it so we do more damage.
Set it gently aside. You approach Bertrude just as she has finished polishing various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiles have collected during your travels through the downside. The evidence of thy travails. How brazenly you put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, Reading One, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and an exchange we found agreeable. We sought certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth, And he knew where to procure them. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks. A certain recipe, notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then we first began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood, as ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place, Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands, lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If Molten Relief was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore, but she hesitates. It matters not, Raging One. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Wolfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice.
Okay, so now we know that Bertrude has been here for 21 years. She's been down here longer than Wolfred. Huh.
Yeah, well, so look at...
That's kind of actually weird that Wolfred has been only down for 9 years, like...
I mean, she could have been thrown under the bus, for all we know. Let's look at her bio.
Okay, well, I wanted to take a look because these are flashing. No, it's the same stuff. Okay, so conspiracy. She was an accomplice to an illegal stamping press operation, providing inks and other materials.
Right, and she was providing for Wolfred, you see.
Willful disregard for Commonwealth doctrine, and yeesh.
I wonder if that's why she has, like, spectral horns. Or maybe not all people get horns if they're in the downsides for a long time. I mean, doesn't Tizuo even have horns that other drive imps don't have?
Yeah. I don't know.
When do people start growing horns?
I mean, Wolfred doesn't have any.
Well, remember, Jajariel was down here for 16 years.
Yeah.
So maybe they start popping out after, like, year 10 or something.
Oh, not done yet. Well, let's continue our journey.
You are nothing, reader. Nothing but a mindless cripple. Your every action is a stain upon the legacy of the 8 scribes. The rites have been a long-held secret to keep out those such as you.
You wake from what little sleep you managed to get this past night. Once more, the voice tormented you within your dreams. You attempt to rid your memory of it. I like how they actually remember that you chose the cripple background. That's why he called you a cripple.
Yeah.
If the voice truly is that of the Archjustice Androbolus the Ninth himself, as Wolfred indicated, then none of you are likely to receive too warm a welcome should you regain your freedom. The Glade of Lou.
Oh.
Oh. Deep in the untamed flora of Black Basin, which is flashing, you find a messenger imp looking to bring you the latest news and rumors from the other side.
Black glass, searing vapor, and strangling forest mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea. The 8 scribes first discovered this, the northern landmass of the downside.
This time around, the imp brings tidings of Sir Gilman, and what happened to him since his liberation at the fall of Solium, when, at last, his self-imposed exile came to an end. You learn that his return to the Commonwealth was met with much rejoicing, and that before long he was promoted to the rank of Veiled Captain of the Blood Border. And yet, with tears welling in his eyes, he did refuse the post, stating he no longer had the heart to fight against the High-Wing remnants as he once did. He then cast down his helmet, and when next anyone saw him, he was among Volfred's agents, having rejoined the revolution to reshape the Commonwealth from within. You thank the messenger imp for the report, and salute it crisply as Sir Gilman would have. Soon, the news has everyone in the wagon talking. The tears he shed ought to have been bottled, and thus set aside for use in various salves.
Noble Gilman made a gallant choice, it seems. Our plan comes closer to fruition through his good example and support.
Do you think that one day I can be as brave as him? Because I don't always think I can. One of the Sea Dominion's own, laying down his arms by his own choice. I'm honestly surprised, even having known him.
Tizuo feels inspired by the news of Gilman's selfless actions.
The news of Gilman's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Your companions gain +1 hope for the next rite. Wish him good fortune.